Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As recording time of 11:30 a.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $2,800, up about 2.73% so far. With respect to over crypto market, we can see clearly we are relatively a mixed bag at the moment. Across the board, on the key coins are relatively up right now. Bitcoin up about 2%, dragging the market to go up. Ethereum is also up about 2.7% so far, while the DOGE coins are surging a little bit more prominently, up across the board 5% so far. And so is some other altcoin that's on the bottom of the list. Polygon, AVAX, and Terra all up respectively. Polygon even more prominently at 8.16% so far. First, want to say happy Sunday, by the way. For today's the first day of May. So appreciate you firstly for the kind notes that you've been giving me on the last couple of days with respect to celebrating my birthday. That's coming up on, lying on the FOMC date on 3rd, on Tuesday coming up. And also with respect to the supporting message that you guys give me on a day-to-day basis. As you know, I've been posting some thought-provoking videos lately, and I'm so happy that you guys resonate well with me. And some of you guys even asked, like, if you were to give me like a birthday gift, what would you be doing? Nothing. I don't really, ask for anything. I just if you find my video to be helpful, or you like it, comment or like my videos, or if you are so kind, subscribe to our Patreon. I love to have one-on-one chats with you. I do that with some of my members anyway, so if that's something that you are interested in supporting what I'm doing and my initiative, I would absolutely love it. So appreciate you, and let's just dive into technicals, and appreciate you again. I cannot say that enough. So with respect to recording time of 11:32 a.m. on Eastern Time, we are basically at the 2,800 again. And you can see clearly during this weekend, we sell down all the way to the 2,700, which when we got there, basically to meet with the non-substantive consolidated level that we've tested back in March 10th, and also with a bunch of consolidated level, right? So we like on the upper echelon of the, how would you say, the frame of reference, right? Knowing the fact that that's not a really a substantive level, the 2,700 is not a substantive level, it's just a flat number people typically will buy at. The real level is on the down, the lower echelon of it, which is 2,500. But in terms of the propensity of us going down to 2,500, I would say it's unlikely because of the fact that we have this W shape right now, which we have bounced on the 26th of April, and also subsequently on the 30th, right? So we are forming a W shape, which makes sense, right? Because of the fact that, it's a relatively submerged level when we're at the 36 out of 70. So zigzag it down and having this green candle to group everything back up, to ideally go back to the next level, the 28550 would be very logical. And I think would we be buying now, right, in terms of the dip? I think, yeah, you want to ideally buy when it's a logical time, not when you're trying to time the next macro-driven event, right, which is the next FOMC meeting, right? And my gut feel, because of the fact that we're relatively oversold already, and at the same time we've been leaping down on MACD front for such a long time, leaping back up, to the next level, to 853, and then continue to follow through, this channel of escalator going forward, I think it will be more likely than actually continue to sell down, right? Because ultimately the market has been trying so hard to price in everything. And as they get the confirmatory signal, then they'll be like, oh, it's not that crazy. It's not that terrible. Let me buy in. And that's how you convey the optimism, right? This is how psychology works typically, right? As you get more confidence, because, even though the information is not like positive, even, but having more transparency, it gives people more of a stronger sense of control, not just like for people, right, but for corporate investors as well. And that will technically translate into a rotation back into it, on top of the fact that we are on a month-to-month transition as well, into May, which, May is typically more of a neutral month. But it's definitely greener than April because of tax season and all that stuff. But also this April has been crazy because of the war going on, inflationary pressure, the PPI and CPI report, COVID situation and all that stuff. So, and the corporate earnings as well, right, which have kind of hindered and compressed the optimism. So I think May will be a relatively different one coming up. Respect to Bitcoin, we're at 38,000 right now. We are at the previous levels that are non-substantive, right? And right now we are bouncing just as much as we are seeing for Ethereum, with the W shape, also at the same time curving up. So buying at this level right now would make a lot of sense in comparisons to waiting until 34,400, which technically, if unless we sell it down all the way to like the 25 or 23 out of 70, which I think because of the fact that we've sold down already and we're kind of relatively plateau on the MACD front, continue to sell down just doesn't quite make sense anymore. You know what I'm trying to say? Ethereum Classic is selling down continuously, and we're at the meat level right now. So this is exactly what we talked about, right? With respect to the frames of like selling down from 34 all the way to 30 and then 27. So this is where we're at right now. I think right now is at the rock bottom with the V-shaped recovery that we're seeing. At the same time, the MACD has been dragged for such a long time. So buying around this level would be much more logical in comparisons to buying days before, when we're still kind of levitating in between, right? Dogecoin selling back down. You can see that clearly. We're bouncing as well. At the same time, we are at these 12 cents level. Anywhere from 12 to 1066 is logical DCA based on our previous technical support level, right? Respect to Cardano, about 3.33%. I think anywhere from current level all the way to down will be logical. The bounce at when we were at the submerged level at 26 out of 70, curving up right now. So yeah, Cardano's a buy at the moment. Respect to Solana at $89 at the moment. We sold down all the way to 80, so anywhere from 85 to below is logical to dollar cost average. I think right now, with respect to RSI, we are still at the 36, right? We were all the way to 30 last night, right? We could bring back up for all of it because of the overall market drag up effect. So right now it's just having a delay effect because it sold down even further than 3.5%. It was lower than to like, I think at 8.8% of, last night, right? So the recuperation makes sense, right? Respect to XRP, we are bouncing from exactly where we talked about, right? That's 57 cents. So right now, I would say if you got into 57 cents, congratulations, because that was a really logical level. But anywhere from in between level is still fair, right? 69 to 57 is still fair game. Polkadot's, we are anywhere from current level down to 1406 is still logical. We're bouncing at the 30 out of 70, so still logical DCA. Algorand's down about 4%. 53 cents was the bottom, and you can see that we're recuperating back up. So, but Algorand is again, right? It's like a falling knife. It doesn't really have any support at the moment because every support that we're forming lower is like a new technical support. So, Algorand, I personally would stay away because it seems like there's something technical and fundamentally flaw around this one. Shiba Inu is a buy right now, definitely 2100, right? You can see that clearly we broke to even 1850. Wow, it's amazing. Yeah, so this was a flash crash, and as we got there, you can see that clearly we got 30 out of 70. So Shiba Inu is a buy right now, 2100, 1400 to 900. Those are the frames, right? And we are exactly at the level we've been talking about so far for quite some time now. So this is a technical coming true slowly, but again, right? If we crack below this current level, right? Like confirm the crack, it will be 1400 to 900 below, right? So be careful about this one. MACTAX, it's at 110 right now. We've cracked below the 120, so we bounced from exactly $1, basically matching with the previous flash crash levels. And when we got there, we were at the extreme submerged level at the 24 out of 70. So MACTAC is it's quite dangerous because we almost broke below $1, and as we broke below $1, you have a long way to go, because that's like if you look historically, as we broke $1, you have a long way to go down, but also a bunch of consolidation. But if you break the $1, you have a long way to go down to like 66, 75 areas, which is a long shot down. This is like very typical with respect to altcoin like this, which are prone to more volatility. So But if you believe in technicals, that was the best levels you could incur as we got to close to $1. But you could see that that's weak, right? So MATIC and with respect to Algorand, pretty dangerous in terms of risk tolerance levels. And with respect to AVAX, 59 to 50, so we're in between levels right now. Luna, you can see that as a head and shoulder pattern clearly. We're meeting with the $75 level yesterday. And again, if we crack below 75, you have a long way to go, right? With the 41 out of 70 curving up a little bit, it's alright, but again, right, if you crack below 75, you have a long way to go, right? 62, 52 to 45 from those respective levels below there, right? So we have an interesting upcoming 48 hours ahead of us. So we will see how the Sunday will unfold and how the international side of the house will digest the information. Knowing the fact the FOMC meeting lays on Tuesday, but I think the confirmatory signal that we typically get would be on a Wednesday because the meeting is 2 days, right? And the transcripts and the public speech that we'll hear from Jerome technically lay on a Wednesday. So we still have like about, close to 2.5 days away from it. But would it be a good time to sell or, liquidate just to walk away? I would say no. You have to kind of win this game of the market by practicing patient and dollar cost average logically. Selling on a loss is never a good thing, unless you have to, write off your tax or something like that because of capital gains, which is a different conversation. But, like right now, the risk is already, well mitigated because of the market adjustments already. Even though it doesn't seem like it or feel like it, but logically it is, right? We understand that as the price goes lower, the risk also goes lower as well, right? So have a good Sunday, and again, appreciate you for all the kind words again, and look out for my Patreon updates on the latest DCA buy, sell, hold signals, and let me know if you have any questions. All right, appreciate you. Take care. Bye.